Healthy habit number 9 of 16 is to consume healthy fats with each meal. Ensuring adequate intake of healthy fats is essential for optimizing health and performance, and today I'm going to be explaining 10 of the most important physiological functions that require fat. Second, fat is required for energy storage and it is used as a fuel source. Fats are the body's most efficient and concentrated form of energy storage. Unlike carbohydrates and proteins, which are also used for energy, fats provide over twice as much energy per gram, around 9 calories per gram, compared to 4 calories per gram for carbohydrates and proteins. This makes them ideal for long term energy, particularly for sustaining the body during periods when food intake is limited or when increased energy demands cannot be met through immediate dietary intake. When we consume dietary fat, the body digests and breaks it down into fatty acids and glycerol, which are then absorbed into the bloodstream and transported to cells throughout the body. If the energy from these fats are not immediately needed, they are stored in adipose tissue or body fat in the form of triglycerides. Triglycerides are molecules composed of 3 fatty acids bound to a glycerol backbone, which can then be broken down as needed to provide energy. Adipose tissue is distributed throughout the body, particularly in areas like the abdomen, thighs, and around the internal organs, providing a vast reservoir of stored energy. This stored fat is crucial for sustaining the body during fasting periods or times of high energy demand. For example, when carbohydrate stores are depleted, such as during prolonged exercise, fasting, or a low carbohydrate intake, the body relies on fat stores to maintain energy. The process of using stored fat for energy is known as lipolysis. During lipolysis, triglycerides in adipose tissue are broken down into free fatty acids and glycerol, which are then released into the bloodstream. The free fatty acids are transported to the liver and muscles, where they undergo further breakdown in a process called beta oxidation to generate ATP or adenosine triphosphate, which is the molecule used by cells for energy. One of the most significant advantages to fat as an energy source is its efficiency and longevity. While the body can only store a limited amount of carbohydrates in the form of glycogen, typically enough to sustain activity for a few hours, fat stores can provide energy for days or even weeks, depending on the body's needs and overall fat reserves. This is why fat is especially valuable during times of extended physical exertion or food scarcity. For example, endurance athletes such as marathon runners often rely on their fat reserves during the later stages of the races once glycogen stores are already exhausted. This ability to store energy as fat is not only useful for sustained activity, but also for survival. In early human history, food availability was often unpredictable, and the body's capacity to store excess energy as fat would have been an essential adaptation for survival. This storage capability allowed early humans to survive periods of famine by metabolizing fat reserves to meet their energy requirements when food was scarce. Aside from providing energy, fat plays a role in metabolic regulation. Hormones released by adipose tissue, such as leptin, communicates with the brain to regulate hunger, energy expenditure, and overall metabolism. This feedback loop helps the body maintain a balance between energy intake and expenditure, playing a role in long-term weight regulation. Fat's role as an energy source also extends to cellular respiration within cells. In mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cells, fatty acids can be broken down to produce ATP, which powers cellular activities. This is especially important in tissues with high energy demands, such as the heart muscle tissue, which relies primarily on fat as its energy source. Even at rest, the heart and skeletal muscles derive a significant portion of their energy from fats, highlighting the critical role of fat in sustaining essential bodily functions. Fats are not only a concentrated form of energy, but also provide long term energy storage essential for sustaining the body during times of scarcity, exertion, and extended energy needs. Their efficient storage capacity, combined with their ability to supply energy over prolonged periods, makes fats a crucial fuel source for both survival and physical endurance. Third, fat is required for absorption of fat soluble vitamins. That was just a tiny taste of what can be found in my members only section. If you enjoyed it, become a member for only $5 a month to get access to hundreds of member only videos.